My name is Daya, and today we will be discussing on how to convert your thesis into the research paper. So you have already written a thesis paper, and you probably wrote it for a university as a partial fulfillment of the degree that you were trying to earn. So partial fulfillment, and you know that thesis is a comprehensive work, a total work, comprehensive work on some central ideas, followed by subsequent work on different uh, branches. So it is a well comprehensive and total work, but research paper needs to be very concise. So you need to narrow down the topic, define the problem statement, and cite the methodology. So we will dive deeper into the process, but for now we will discuss how why this publishing is very important, why this publishing is important. So we know that publishing your work not only enhances your academic profile, but also it contributes to the body of knowledge in your field. So you are contributing to the knowledge base, and it will open door for further opportunities and opportunities as well as collaboration. So hence you need to convert your thesis into the research paper, and I'll show you how to do this. The very first step is to identify the core content. As I said, what is the core content? You should have a core content that is a key research question. As we already know, uh, you did a very large vast scope of work. You did all kind of things revolving around some central ideas. You did one, two, many different kinds of works. If you defined a model, you collected a data, you trained that model. I'm talking about AI model as a project. So you trained that model, you implemented that model, and such. Now you have to find one key research question that needs to be solved from your thesis. So you can make many research paper from your thesis, but uh, you need to identify and do the you need to identify the key research question for each paper and do this all these steps that I'm trying to convey to you. So you have to find the key research question what you are trying to solve. Now, these key research questions need solutions which are which needs to be briefly described in the methodology section. So your methodology should be clear and should be very accurate on the basis of the literature that you studied. After that, you have results for this key research question, where from where you will infer different points and you will make conclusions with valid differences. Of course, there is a format that all this process needs to be on a single paragraph named abstract, and you need to provide a brief overview of the research background into the introduction section, where you will need to briefly describe the problem. Also, you need some keywords to help other researchers find your research paper. So these are parts of research paper, but the very first thing you need to do is to find the core content key research question that you are trying to publish in a research paper. So aim it to narrow the question to one or two main points. Okay, so you need to find one or two main points and you need to narrow it down through this methodology, results, conclusion, references, abstract, and introduction, keywords, all these sections. So find the questions core key research question and one or two main points that you are trying to solve. Next is review the literature. Since you review existing literature, since you did your thesis long ago, I'm assuming you did your thesis long ago, but if you are up to date, you don't need to review the existing literature because you already are up to date. But if you have done your thesis a long ago, 1 or 2 year before, you need to review the existing literature, see what things have changed, since try to incorporate that changes and update your references accordingly, and acknowledge the latest developments in your field. Acknowledge latest development in your field. uh, so and so we are actually increasing the knowledge base into our field, so we need to acknowledge the latest development into our field if any kind of development has occurred since you published your thesis into your university portal. The third step is uh, we know that thesis and research paper are now that they are fundamentally different. It is a comprehensive work, it is a very narrowed down work, so you need to structure your research paper like I have said into these parts. And I'll talk more about how to structure your manuscript, how to structure your paper into next video. Please look for the video. Structure your paper. I'll give the brief overview here also. A typical research paper. So, a typical research paper follows a specific structure that I've said above also. So, these are introduction, methods and materials, results, discussion, and conclusion. Conclusion. Okay. So, introduction clearly state the problem, research problem, the key research problem at the last. But before that it dwells into the literature and background. So it is a one paragraph where at last sorry, at last you will define the what objectives that you are uh, getting to solve the key research problem that we have mentioned at first, where in between you will describe who has done what to solve to attempt solving this key research problem and what they have achieved, latest developments. So in the methodology section you will describe concisely and concisely the process and the methodology from literature that every other researcher has done so far, and that are very valid to solve this key research problem. So valid process to solve the research problem. Next up is results. Results present your finding in a clear way. Graph or simply pictures or tables are presented for results. In the discussion section you will discuss why your results is so, and you will try to give the reasonable explanation explanation behind the result, what discrepancies you faced, and what you are inferring using like looking at the graphs, pictures, the tables that you got. Conclusion is a very summarized uh, way of presenting your findings, and you can also suggest your areas for the future research. So it is a summary of results or simply discussions. So discussions. So these are structure. I will talk more about this, how to write a very structured paper, into next video. And next is, after you have written a first manuscript, you need to edit and refine. You need to look at the research paper as a author, as a reviewer, and you need to change the grammar, like make the grammar appropriate, make the paper coherent, and try to make figures, tables consistent, so as to comply with journal requirement requirement. It is done after you have found the appropriate journal from journal finder of Elsevier. Sorry. So journal finder, any journal finder that you can use, there are a lot of journal finders. So after you have found that, you need to correct or edit your research paper as per the journal requirement. Now, after that, after you have correctly choose the right journal and you have edit and refined it, you need to follow the submission guideline. What are submission guideline? You go to the homepage of the journal, and you go to a section where guide for author is presented, and it is presented in a form of web page, or maybe like quality of tables or graphs or pictures. So a lot of guides, indentation, the ways of indentation, citation styles, these all are presented for in the guide of author paper for every journal. In the journal homepage, you need to follow the submission guideline. Now, after that, you need to prepare other documents such as cover letter, why your research contributing to your field of knowledge, and why it is very important to publish this research paper. You need to write that into this cover letter. You need to add co-authors, you need to add your contribution roles. If you have other co-authors, you need to provide their information. So once submitted, your paper will go peer review. Once submitted, your paper will go peer review, and be prepared for the feedback and possible revisions. So after you submitted this, it will for peer review, you will get the revision, and you will thoughtfully use all your knowledge base and revise the your research paper according to the comments of the peer reviewers. And after you make necessary changes to improve your paper, they will publish it. It will take some time, but be patient. You will going to publish your research paper. So if you found this video helpful, please let me know, and I'll make this kind of videos more. And thanks for watching. Good luck with your publishing journey. Well.